Thank you, Madam Chair. For the people who are watching, I'm going to cover the amendment verbatim. Quote, "It is the sense of Congress that power produced from fossil fuels is essential for maintaining the economic growth, global competitiveness, and prosperity of the United States. The proposed amendment to this is to strike the word essential and instead put in the word important." And so I looked in the dictionary. What does the word essential mean? It is an adjective, quote, "absolutely necessary, extremely important," end quote. Not merely important, just important, extremely important. Let's look at national security and national defense. I would submit to everyone here that national security and national defense are essential, extremely important, not merely important, but extremely important to our, quote, "economic growth, global competitiveness, and prosperity of the United States," end quote, because without national security that is strong, then our economic growth, global prosperity are all at risk. And so let's look at whether fossil fuels are essential to national security, which in turn is essential to economic growth, global competitiveness, and prosperity. What the gentleman in effect is saying by saying, no, it's just important, not essential, is that we don't need an Air Force because every single one of our fighter planes, every single one of our reconnaissance planes relies on fossil fuels. Now, I don't know about anybody else here on the Science, Space, and Technology Committee, but I would submit that an Air Force is essential to national security, not merely important. Let's look at naval vessels. I don't know the numbers right offhand, but I would submit that probably roughly 90% of all of our naval vessels rely on fossil fuels. That's pretty essential, unless you want a naval force that is maybe 5 to 10%, a hollow shell of what we have now. Let's look at the Army. How many of our vehicles do not rely on fossil fuels? I would submit that almost all of our military Army vehicles, tanks and whatnot, Jeeps, rely on fossil fuels. So I would submit that the gentleman from Texas, Congressman Weber, is absolutely correct when he uses the word essential to describe the role of fossil fuels in maintaining the economic growth, global competitiveness, and prosperity of the United States of America. And I will not concede that we do not need a United States military because, in effect, that's what this amendment to the amendment states. It is far more than merely important. It is essential. And I ask that we vote against this amendment offered that would strike the word essential and instead insert the word merely important. I yield back.
Thank you very much. Any further